right, 30th. And today would have been the deadline of all things crazy if it wasn't for our legal team. So clearly you remember July 10th is the next opt-out / waive date. We have court on July 6th at 2:30 in the afternoon. We are going to gather at the Thomas Paine Park across the street from the courthouse. It is a very small courtroom. So what will probably happen is our board will go in to the courtroom. It's literally like a small room. And then when we come out, we will tell you what happened. It is not televised. It is not live streamed. And the judge does not allow cameras. The court does not allow cameras inside. So we're going to go in. You guys are going to meet us out. It's kind of cool to be in person. He may or may not give us a decision that day, but he did tell us that he would make a decision before the 10th. So we are keeping our fingers crossed that we have some good news when we walk out, or which is why, because we were never really, you don't ever want to be guaranteed. I can't give you a guarantee on what will happen or when it will come. He did tell us that he would give us a decision by the 10th, but that could come on Thursday, Friday. I mean, it can come on the weekend. I just don't know what to say to you, which is why we've always said, please be prepared to do whatever it is that you are choosing to do. So let's just clear up a few of those things, because there's some misinformation emails popping around from different retiree groups today. That's very frustrating to us, knowing that we've been trying to keep a handle on things and keep you all calm and clear. So July 10th is the last day that you can file your waiver or opt-out form. There's two different procedures. Opting out means you're opting out of Aetna into HIP VIP plan, and you can only be in the HIP VIP plan if you're in one of 10 counties of New York.
Right. Well, you're right. 10 counties, 5 boroughs, however you want to say it.
Yeah. So I really can't remember the 10 counties off the top of my head. So it's going to be the 5 boroughs: Nassau, Suffolk.
Well, 5 boroughs: Queens, Brooklyn.
Everyone knows what the 5 boroughs are.
Right.
So you got your 5 boroughs: Nassau, right. Suffolk, Westchester, Putnam, and
Rockland.
Right.
So those would be your 10 counties. If you're not in one of those 10 counties, guess what? You can't be in HIP VIP.
Well, it's Orange, right? I think Orange is one of them.
I don't think it was Orange. Was it? I think it was Westchester, Rockland, and
Orange. I think it is Orange and not Putnam, but I'm going to go on to
maybe you're right.
Right.
So I'm just going to say one of 10 counties of New York. Michelle will clarify which those are, and she'll announce them when she finds them. I know we've written them on our Facebook page. I just don't recall. And then that would be your opt-out procedure. You're opting out of Aetna into HIP VIP. The next procedure is called waive. Yeah, Michelle's doing waves. Okay, so what is waive? You're waiving your city benefits to stay on traditional Medicare. And when you waive your city benefits, you are also waiving it for your family, and you are also waiving your Medicare B reimbursement. So these are important things to remember. Now, the thing about waiving, that form must be completed. It must be faxed, sent through Leap File, or postmarked by July 10th. So that means if you're waiting to the last minute, as long as you have that document faxed, Leap filed, or postmarked, meaning you delivered it to the post office and you watch them stamp that letter by July 10th, you're okay. Okay. We did confirm that today with OLR.
Right. And high official OLR. So
yes.
Not just on the phone.
Not someone on the phone, just anybody on the phone. We spoke with one of the commissioner type peoples, right. And we have it in writing.
Okay.
So there you go.
So that hopefully should take some stress off some of you guys, because I know we couldn't get a straight answer. Because the form says bye, and that really means it should be there. And so we made sure we clarified that,
So that's July, let's go back to that. So that ends this, right? This is, so you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything until we get a little bit closer. Be prepared to do it so you know what to do. But we want to make sure that you all understand what is coming up, what you need to do by the 10th, that form can be postmarked July 10th. You're still okay to drop it at the post office on Monday, the 10th, if you want to wait. But I really have a feeling we're going to know something by the 5th or the 6th or the 7th. I think you'll have some sort of answer. So I don't want you to stress out. Have everything ready, know what you want to do, and then it'll give you enough time to be able to implement it. Okay. Actually, Michelle, you're correct. It's Manhattan, Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten Island, Queens, Nassau, Suffolk, Westchester, Rockland, and Orange. It's not Putnam.
Right. I know. There you go.
You are correct. It is Orange County, not Putnam County. So, okay. So we talked about the forms. We talked about July 6th. We're meeting at Thomas Paine Park. We have to be in the courtroom for 2:30. So I'm going to say we can meet you guys there at about 2-ish, chat with you for about 10 minutes. We're going to run inside, do the oral argument, and then you'll see us at the end. Tomorrow, Michelle and I will video an instruction on how to complete the waive forms. And so that way, and then we'll put that up on YouTube. So, and email it out as well. So you're not going to get that email from me tonight. It's going to take me a while to process this video that we're doing, put that up on YouTube, and then we'll do tomorrow's video, and then we'll email them both out. So relax with this. We got time. Just make sure that you've done the rest of your homework. This form is the last thing you need to do. And now that we have all of those answers clarified for you as to when that form has to go in, how it can go in, hopefully you can breathe a little bit over this weekend, which means we will also going to take another extended weekend, gives our moderators some time off and you guys away from your keyboards. We will be closing the page on Monday and Tuesday for the 4th of July weekend. And then if something happens, we will open the page like we always do. Michelle and I will both see you guys on, is that Thursday?
Wednesday.
It is Wednesday?
Well, the page will be, right, well.
Oh,
No.
will open.
The court is Thursday. That's what I'm talking
No,
about.
I know, right. Oh, you're talking about the court, but we will reopen the page on
Wednesday. Yeah. They know that.
No, I know, but yes, we will see everybody.
We will see you Thursday.
See you on Thursday, right.
That's what I got to do is go get my new glasses.
Get glasses, Alice.
Okay, so Monday, Thursday. Also, put on your calendars, just mark it down, July 25th. July 25th is the day that we are looking to go and rent a bus to Washington, D.C. to celebrate Medicare's birthday and make some noise to the president that they need to roll back this Medicare Advantage auto enrollment bullcrap. So put it on your calendar. Our team is working on getting all the logistics to that, getting a cost of what the bus will cost to rent. It will probably be an all-day thing because we will probably need to assemble, probably like by City Hall or something at, get ready to leave at 6 in the morning. It's about 4.5 hours to DC, do our event there and then take the bus back. And we're probably not going to leave DC until about 6 p.m. So, and then it's 4 more hours back to New York. So it will be a long day. And we're probably looking at about, I don't know, for right now, let's see if we can get 50 people to go. So that'll be the first thing, July 25th. So keep that on your calendars. Next week we will be starting, you'll probably start seeing the emails from us to start doing some communications with the civil service and labor. We want to get this to a hearing. We want to get our legislation to a hearing on the Civil Service and Labor Committee. So that's going to be pretty important. We will start that next week. The Civil Service and Labor Committee is right now where our bill currently sits. And we want to make sure that we can get a hearing on that. They need to have 2 hearings. And that will happen soon. The other thing I want to talk about, I'm just trying to find it while I'm talking to you, is AARP. Let me see if I can share my screen with you guys. Has supported us like they have done in the past, but today they made yesterday they made a public statement. And it looks like this. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, AARP, New York City. Beth Finkel, AARP New York State Director, released the following statement on health coverage for the New York City retirees. AARP supports New York City Council Bill Intro 1099, which would require the city to offer Medicare-eligible city retirees and their Medicare-eligible dependents at least one Medigap plan with benefits equivalent to or better than those that were available to city retirees and their dependents as of December 31 of 2021. New York City's recent proposed change to the health care available to our retired teachers, police officers, and many other retired public employees would put at risk their long-term health and retirement security. The city should stand by its commitment to these retired workers for their service to our city and its residents over their long careers. Instead, New York City is increasing their healthcare expenses, reducing their choices, making it more difficult for them to continue visiting their existing doctors, and providing them far too little information about many other essential plan specifics. Retiree health benefits, which our city promised to retirees during their working years, are a form of deferred compensation that retirees accepted as part of their pay packages. Now, in retirement, amidst rising prescription drug, grocery, and utility costs, the city should not be changing the rules of the game or making its retirees pay more for benefits they have earned over a lifetime of hard work and sacrifice to our city. AARP urges policymakers to keep the promises the city made to the retired public servants who dedicated their lives to caring for New Yorkers. For the above reasons, AARP supports Intro 1099. I think that's pretty cool. What do you think?
I think so.
So that's all I got. Oh, wait, do I got more?
Do you? What was on your list? I gave you a list.
I did my list. I wrote down.
Oh, okay.
I got another 10 pounds of mail I got to go through.
Yeah, well, we
We'll
know
start
that.
shipping you boxes, woman.
Told you that.
I'll see you next week. I'll bring you a box.
I'll listen. And I got to bring my little cart. You got to tell me these things in advance.
All right, bring a cart.
I gotta bring my cart? Okay, I'll bring my cart.
I'll bring you something. But yeah, so our support is definitely going on. We were able to get into a few magazines this week. I think we were in The Wave, we were in the Daily News, we were in the Chief, we were on New York One.
We hit Work Bites twice.
Work Bites.
Yes, twice, because it threw me off. With the second day, you got me. The guy asked when we did the tag on the labor movement, and I'm like, I clicked on. I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay.
We got to make sure. We have to make sure that we're getting these up on our website for Joe.
Right.
Also, what do you guys think? Show me a thumbs up, or do we have a thumbs down?
I think so.
Do we have a thumbs down? I don't know. If we have tell me what you guys think. So the Municipal Labor Committee decided to take a vote that they were going to file an opposition memo against our Intro 1099. That means our own unions are going to come out against us. I'm wondering.
They should have a rolly eye. I think they have a rolly eye emoji.
I'm wondering, hey, Michelle. Okay, so there's angry faces. That's how we're feeling. We're feeling angry faces that our union did this. Now, show me show me with a thumbs up if you think Michelle and I this weekend should go through the list of unions that voted to do this to us and send them an email that we oppose them what they're doing. We're gonna have to clean up that list. There you go. Look at all those thumbs ups. I guess that's gonna, oh, and I got some thumb downs. That's cool. Yes, we're gonna do that. Okay, so I guess, Michelle, we got it. We got homework now. I guess we got homework. All right, we're gonna tailor that email. You're gonna file an oppo memo?
Yeah.
We're gonna oppo you. I don't know. Do we have any questions? Will the fax machines be open? Oh, yes, yes. They're not gonna close the machines, just fax. If you're gonna fax them, just fax them.
Right, leave file, and again, I saw a bunch on there that, yeah, you're gonna certify mail. I mean, that's fine. Listen, we do what we gotta do.
But remember what we told you, right? We said it just also just needs to simply be postmarked by the 10th.
Right.
We confirmed that today with labor relations, not like a call taker with a commissioner. So
Right.
I would say definitely breathe on that. Do not listen to anyone telling you that you have to do both forms. If you are waiving your benefits, you just have to do the retiree waiver. You do not need to do the opt-out process in addition. It is one form. This is why we keep suggesting stop listening to outside organizations. That crock email went out today and it just like people were lighting up our email box like, what the hell is this? It's up opposing what you guys have been saying. Nope. Come here. We're the official organization. Don't listen to anybody else.
Right. We are gonna go over the LEAP file. We're gonna film this all in sections tomorrow on how to do every bit. And we're gonna have videos up on the website. We're gonna have videos out sent via email, and we're gonna go over everything on how to do it.
Lisa Lauren, do you know if our supplemental is in the budget they just passed today? No, it is not. And as I was on my way back from the hospital today, I was getting messages from several council persons that they voted no on the budget because it did not include funding for our plans that was stripped away from us and given to the union. So I need to look into that too. That video should be up online. One of the council members told me I needed to go view it. I will do so. I will also record the pertinent parts and put it together, stitch it together into a video and put that up online so that you can see who had our backs on this and who didn't. Next week, we will start that campaign to the Civil Service and Labor Committee, and we are going to come out strong. We want to get more of our council persons on that legislation. We know that Gail Brewer will start to need some phone calls because she did say that once it got introduced, she would come on it. Now I want to see if Gail is going to come on it. Whereas the rest of the Common Sense Caucus, they said they would get on it once it got introduced. It's been introduced now a week. Where are you? So we want to get the rest of the council on that. We need more than 34 signatures on that, and we need to get it to a hearing. That's what we will start next week. I do know that Councilman Barron, he called me again today just to check on me, see how I was doing. I told him I was coming home, and he wants us to know that, yes, even though he did not win his primary, he is still on fire with this legislation and he has our back squarely. He wants to move this bill along, and so we wanted to make sure we were ready to move it with him. So I told him, yes, we are ready. And so he is fired up to make sure that we get our legislation passed. So starting next week, be ready on that. Let's see what else we got. What you got? You got anything?
Hold on, I'm looking.
I thought OLR is asking to introduce a Medigap with a pay up. No, Lois, I don't know where you heard that. That is illegal. Medigap plans cost under the HIP HMO. There is no pay up. As long as it is under the HIP HMO, the city has to pay for it. It is illegal to charge us. That's the first case that we won. They cannot charge us for it. DC 37 harassing me regarding my husband turning 65 in July and not having a Medicare card. Is it DC 37 or is it OLR, Sharon? Howard, which of our attorneys presents our side on Thursday? Actually, they should both be there. So you'll actually get to see our whole team on Thursday. If we can't do this in October to December, can't we do this in October? I don't understand, Barbara Rice, what that means. Can't we do this in October to December if we don't win?
I think she's talking about open enrollment time period,
Oh. Well,
not
if we don't-
specific to us.
if we don't win, the only thing you could do then is just waive your benefits and leave the city plan. Then. How do I get the forms? We will be emailing them. Please, Yang Ying, please make sure you are on our email list. They're also been on our Facebook page. They are also on the OLR page. What about sending in a copy of your Medicare card with the waiver form? If the form asks for it, you send it.
And we know why, because OLR hasn't updated their stuff.
Do I have to send my husband's Medicare also? If he is on your insurance. Phyllis, what if a retiree wants to stay in Aetna, but the wife wants to waive?
If the wife is on Medicare, then no.
What
everybody
if the
goes-
retiree wants to stay in Aetna
Mm.
and the wife wants to waive? The wife could waive. It's just that the retiree can't. If the retiree wants to stay on the Aetna plan, they can. The wife doesn't have to stay on his health insurance.
Right,
wife-
right, he would have to drop her as a dependent.
Drop her as a dependent. It's a different form. You're dropping a dependent at that situation.
Right, but you can't go on two different plans if she's just a dependent. Right, I think I know what they're saying. Again, that's an open question. Email the org, and it has to be,
No, it's a simple question. They're dropping their wife as a dependent. The wife is getting the plan on the outside.
okay, is that the question? Right,
That's what if the retiree wants to stay in Aetna, but the wife wants to waive? How would that be done? You have to just drop the dependent. Fill out the drop form. There's a form online that you would drop a dependent, and then your wife would get whatever plan she wants on the outside.
Right.
And you would lose her Medicare B reimbursement.
right.
Did your Maryland moment get any time? What a hoot. Listen, honey.
No, you got to get the voice right. Listen, honey.
No,
That's very sweet.
that's who it is. It's Honey Brady.
Oh,
That's the
Sorry.
name. What? Oh my gosh. That was a ridiculous. All your years of living as a New Yorker, you know you never stand on those damn grates, right? Holy cow. And then there I am on a dress. That was also the first time I've worn a dress. I haven't worn a dress in like forever, right?
Right.
Yeah. Totally forgot. You never stand on the subway grate in a dress.
Okay,
and high heels.
I wasn't wearing high heels. I was wearing my glitter sneakers.
okay, Barbara Nielsen says, we were told only the New York City retiree has to send the Medicare card, not the spouse. Correct, so which is correct? Only the New York City retiree, because if you're waiving, right, once you waive, your dependent is gonna just go poof, that's it. Your dependent is just gonna drop off your insurance.
Where is that question?
I'm right at the end here.
What does it mean for Ellen? No, are you all the way at the bottom? I'm not at the bottom. I gotta have to
Yeah, Barbara Hiss Nielsen said, we were told that only the New York City retiree has to send the Medicare card, not the spouse.
because
we-
if the spouse is waiving, that would make sense because then you did disenrolling everybody.
Right, but you would only have to, right. But again, you would only have to, right, you would only send, right,
Yeah,
but, right, but if
This-
if one's going into Aetna and the spouse wants to waive, then that's, you're only dropping a dependent.
correct.
Right.
So
that's a
you would just,
different-
if
right.
you would just have to send, if you're all waiving, you just need to, the spouse would just need to send in the form. We were told that only New York City retired, I see it, to send the Medicare card, not the spouse, which is correct. Proof is there that it was sent in time. You could take a picture of your screen. That's what we did the last time, because the screen will come back and say like success or successfully sent or something. So just take a picture with your phone.
Right, and it'll show the date, usually you have a clock or a time, right.
So Paul Spivak, I faxed my waiver today. When we win, my waiver will be meaningless. Correct. That is our anticipation, that it should stop everything. Laura Genovese, Marianne, your last video addressed someone by the name of Bill who lied on behalf of the NYPD union. It's amazing how some can carry on this way. I loved your video and how you countered his misinfo. Can you please elaborate on who Bill is? Well, all I can tell you is that Bill is a retired sergeant that lives in Florida. That's all. How can I be sure you have my email? Maureen, if you private message Michelle, she can look you up in the email system and tell you that you're in. If you would get if you just registered for our emails, you'd have to ask us. But if you've been getting our newsletters, then you're in our email list. Because we sent out an email, I think, last week.
It was a couple of days ago.
Or a couple
Or
days
maybe
ago,
last
yeah.
week, or maybe it was last week.
I don't remember. We sent them to so many different segments.
Mhm.
If the judge does not rule in our favor, will the bill we introduced go forward? They have nothing to do with each other. They are operating independently. You can add yourself to our email list by going to our website, www.nycretirees.org. Click the donate subscribe. I sent in 20 emails to the community board's resolution supporting introducing. I got a very nasty email back from them. Very, very nasty. All they want is one. Please forward that to me, Anne. Hopefully, is there a copy for doctor visits in September? Hopefully, if there is a copy for doctor visits in September, you will be able to reverse it again. I don't understand what that means, Robert Anthony. If Mulgrew shows up, he won't be allowed to talk, right? Mulgrew's not going to come 100 feet from us. We can't even get him to show up in the same borough. Yes, we will include leap file instructions. And that's the other thing we were talking about today. We're considering, we know a lot of you have been dropping your COPE payments or your political action payments or people's payments to your former unions. We are working with our tax attorneys in filing for a PAC, our own political action. So stay tuned on that. And I think that's going to be needed. Can we send the waive form before the 10th and fax it to you? Also, do you recommend we send with post office tracking? That would give us some proof. So you could do it either way. I know their documents ask you not to do it more than once in the same, do it more than once. I mean, do whatever makes you feel comfortable. But when you do post office tracking, so what's really important is stop by the post office, and if you want to send it this way, this is really a good way of doing tracking so that because basically if you just send something certified and you use that green and white form with the green and white sticker, you're only saying that something in an envelope went to where you sent it, but you don't have any proof of what it was, right? So if somewhere on your form, and I keep those certified documents and the stickers here at the house. I'll pick up a chunk of them at the post office and I'll leave them here for this purpose. Go to the post office, pick up a couple of those certified postcards. That's that green postcard and then the green and white paper that goes with it with the sticker. Every one of those papers has a very, very long number on it. That's the document tracking. Somewhere on that OLR form, write the number from the sticker, and then make sure you've made a photocopy of the form with that number on it. So like at the bottom somewhere or somewhere on it, I know I printed one up, but I probably left it upstairs. Somewhere on that form, write that certified number on there. Take a picture or a photocopy of it. Now you have proof that that form was attached with that certified number. So when you look up that certified number online or you get that card back with that number, you know that that form was attached to that number, was what was in the envelope that was sent certified mail, okay? So that might help you with your tracking. And if that's not clear, I will make sure that I do a video on that one as well. That should be able to help you. That's a good way of being able to track it. Otherwise, you don't know what was, you can prove that you sent something certified, you just can't prove what was sent. But by putting the number on your document, or if you put a cover letter and you write the number that was on that little certified sticker, that's your proof that that document was what was sent certified at that time. Just a thought, if the judge rules to remove the plan completely from September, can those who chose to waive sue the city for reimbursement of the premiums we paid for our private Medigap plan? Okay, so Frida, this is what I want to say about that. Your plans should not start until September. Thus, you should not have incurred any expenses. I was just on a phone with a 91-year-old retiree tonight, just before this. That plan does not start till September. She will not be billed until like the end of August, early September. You should not have anything if an injunction is granted, okay? So there should be no expenses to you. There should be no reason for you to litigate anything. And you also need to identify when you can cancel that plan, how much notice you need, and if there's any cost or whatever attached. Tonight, she was told that she has up until 30 days from the effective date of that plan. If the plan was effective 9/1, her plan, now you have to find out what your company would say, her plan, she can cancel her plan up until 9/30 with no fees, no cost, other than the 1 month premium, right? You need to ask that question. Whatever plan you are enrolling in, when can you cancel it? Are there any fees or costs associated? Ask that question. That will be your answer. Every company might be different, so don't rely upon what I just said to you about you. The plan we called tonight was Empire. We also know that Empire will no longer be offering Medigap plans in the state of New York past tomorrow, and the deadline to submit an application is tonight at midnight. So, but there are plenty of other companies that offer Medigap plans, and the prices are basically all the same. What we were looking at in New York between, I think, a couple of those, I think Plan N was being offered by AARP, Emblem, Empire was about $215, $220. So look on the Medicare.gov website. It is really a good website. It gives you all the information that you need, and it'll also tell you the costs. If we win the stay, what happens? Everything stops. The big timeout. Anyone have any update on negotiations with Stony Brook? Judy, I'm going to keep saying this. You gotta call the billing office of the hospital, and you have to call your doctors. If there is a copay in September, hopefully you'll be able to reverse it again. So Robert Anthony, the copay on the Aetna plan would be different than the issue that we had in Emblem, was because that was a contractual issue. Laura Genovese, please flood the legal team with donations. They are amazing. Actually, that should be our next segue. So yes, we know we are now juggling three attracting new workers that we keep this fundraising going. We know in the height of our the last litigation in 21, our legal fees were, the height was about $120,000 a month. We are now looking at the height of this case being a minimum of $250,000 a month. So please keep that coming in, and nudge your friends and get your friends to donate, do collections, and keep that going, because we need to keep moving this along.
And if you can nudge it up a notch, if you're giving a certain amount of money and can add a couple of bucks to it, that'll help.
So this is interesting. So Nancy Fallow Figueroa says, hi, Marianne, I'm not 65 yet, but my husband is. UFT told me I need to drop him by July 10th, so I still keep my insurance. I should not waive or opt out. Can you please confirm?
Where is that?
Okay, Nancy, if you're the...
Read that to me again. Read that
Okay.
to me.
I'm not 65 yet, but my husband is. UFT told me I need to drop him by July 10th.
She's the retiree, or he is?
So Nancy, are you the primary? Are you
the retiree or the employee? I need to know who's the employee, who's the retiree, or is he just a spouse?
right? Is
Or are
he
you
the
just a
spouse?
spouse? I
Right.
need more details.
Right, we need more details on that, Nancy, because that if he's the dependent on your plan, that doesn't sound right.
Barbara Milrod Epstein. Barbara, we're not going to be able to swing through this and check emails. You need to email, private message Michelle. Just click on Michelle Robbins or email the organization and ask her to check your email address and give her your email address. We're not going to be able to keep coming back here and looking for those.
So Nancy's the retiree.
And the husband is just the spouse. She's a UFT retiree.
Right. Hold on the retiree, and he's on her plan.
She's the retiree, he's the spouse.
Right.
He's not, he's 60. Tell him to me again.
Right, he's 65.
Why does he have to be dropped?
That's what the UFT is telling her. Something's wrong there.
Can you PM Michelle with your phone number so she and I can call you tomorrow morning?
Right, something's not right there.
Something's not right.
Right.
I swear the misinformation coming out of the United Federation of Teachers is an abomination. That is a totally useless organization at this point. Like, someone needs to vote Michael Mulgrew the hell out of office, and like fresh people with brains need to take over that damn union.
No, Carla, I
Ah.
get it that he's 65 and she isn't, but if he is the spouse, that shouldn't make a difference. We've had that before. But he shouldn't have to, right, but that shouldn't make a difference. We've had others like that. You know, I get that, but
Yep. Could you just message Michelle or email the org when Michelle and I are videotaping these videos tomorrow on these how-tos? We will take a break and call you because someone fed you a line of BS. Is it possible to get a checklist or be sure to do by 7:10? No, there's really nothing left for you to do. You just needed to look and see if you could afford a Medigap plan on the outside, find out what that would cost, pick the right plan that you wanted. You could do that right on the Medicare.gov website.
okay, if we don't want Aetna, that's what they told me to do. Okay, that's different, right?
If
Then you
don't-
have to drop him as a dependent, right? Then both of you is right, then you have to waive, right? Right,
No. She's the retiree.
right, if, right, but
She's staying on the plan as an under 65. She's staying on GHI CBP. She drops him as a dependent.
dependent, right, you don't
Yes.
waive, right, you
There's
drop him.
nothing, all you have to do is drop him as a dependent. He is a dependent over 65 on Medicare. You can drop him as a dependent, you lose your Medicare B reimbursement for him, and he can purchase his Medigap on
Own
the outside.
Medigap plan, right, and you stay on your,
You stay on your GHI CBP for now.
for now, right, and you fill out a different form, you don't fill out a waiver for him. You just drop him as a dependent, right, that's a different form. Right,
That's
Right.
Nancy Fallow Figueroa.
right, that's a different story, right.
Yeah. Okay, if appropriate to answer, is there any way to change the committee that got? No, that's actually was assigned by the speaker. We asked about that initially because we know that Carmen De La Rosa has a relationship with Henry Garrido, and we're not really sure where she stands on this because she's never really supported us in this. So we don't really know what she's going to do, but unfortunately, no. We were told it was assigned to her committee by the council speaker. The next court date is not July 10th, it is July 6th. Al Gambino. Yes, Miriam, the reason why Empire is stopping selling, they're no longer selling Medigap plans, they're only going to be selling Medicare Advantage plans. That's why Empire told you they can no longer sell you a Medigap plan after today. Can Medicare D plans be switched around? I don't know what that means, switched around. You can purchase different Medicare D drug plans on the marketplace, but you can only buy a D plan if you are on traditional Medicare. If you are on Aetna Medicare Advantage, you have to use their plan or your union plan. You cannot buy an outside plan. Lisa Lauren, the judge didn't promise a decision by the week of the 5th. He promised that he would make a decision before July 10th.
Oh,
I have to have a plan D because the Lieutenants Benevolent Association did not cover Repatha. My wife remains on the LBA drug plan. Does she have to get a plan D if I have to give up my plan D? Holy cow. So, real Frankie Neptune, you are in one of those situations. My wife remained on the LBA drug plan. Does she have to get? So So the PBA plan is not covering your wife's drug. So you had to get an outside plan for her. You will no longer be able to use those outside plans if you are in the Aetna Medigap plan. I'm sorry, the Aetna Medicare Advantage plan. If I have to give up my plan D for the Aetna. Now, Aetna is not a Medigap. Aetna is a Medicare Advantage plan. Are you speaking about getting an Aetna Medigap plan on the outside? If you are not, and you are in an Aetna Medicare Advantage offered by the city of New York, you cannot have an outside drug plan, which means you are stuck to the plan that they are offering. What you would have to do is use your Lieutenant's Benevolent Association drug plan. If your wife's drug is not in that plan, you need to check the rider for the Aetna Silver Script plan and see if that drug is covered under the Aetna Silver Script and what that plan would cost. And you could find that out on Aetna's website. And yes, that plan comes at $103 a month and is going up to $135 in 2024. Yes, Carol Anshin, you can fax OLR 24/7.
Okay, Kathy Palestino, I got your $10 donation to Zelle.
Rose DeStasi, you're scaring me with this waiver. Hey, Rose, there's nothing to be scared about, girl. Laura Genovese, is there any chance of getting married and Jake back on New York One? I think we frightened them. West Med joined an ACO and will not accept Medicare Advantage. Wasn't that where like Ralph was going?
Yeah,
That's why I send you money every month. Yes, and thank you, Zoma. I know Carol and the rest of the team truly appreciate that.
Yes, we do.
so is that form saying, okay, so Phyllis is asking me, how do you attach your Medicare card to the waiver? They're actually asking, I didn't even look at this waiver card because I haven't even filled it out. I'm bad, I haven't done my homework.
You're
briefly-
hysterical.
I briefly did my homework. I did the crib note homework. That day you asked me for prices when you were on that call.
Like, what does it cost?
Yeah, so I did crib notes.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I Googled it real quick and I typed it in. I went through all the plans and I gave you all those crib notes.
So let's see. Yeah, it says attach a copy of your Medicare card to the form.
Oh, yeah, guys. Thanks, Kathy. Sorry I didn't get back to you sooner. It's just been cray-cray.
Attach a copy, it says.
Right.
Not quite understanding what the purpose of that is.
Well, we know why the purpose is, because, they,
But it
But-
asks you for the number.
Mhm.
right, so why would you attach a copy? I'm telling you why.
Well, we'll call who we spoke to today tomorrow. I'll
Well,
call her back.
okay, we'll call back.
Because that's
I'm
just
gonna
that's
get
just
them tomorrow.
ridiculous. They answered me on Sunday.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's like the bat phone.
Yeah. When the retirees call, people listen.
Wonder Woman on the bat phone, okay.
When the
I listen.
retirees call, people listen, Carol. Yes.
When you didn't see that poster that Joe put up?
Oh yeah, Wonder Woman and Supergirl.
Right, so I'm allowed to use the bat phone.
That's
I let her
it.
use the bat phone for that.
I know, we need a special red phone or something. Or wasn't the phone pink and like Legally Blonde? We need like a pink blinged out phone or something.
Princess phone.
Need a princess phone.
No, I don't want a princess phone.
That's the license plate on my bus. It says princess. New York princess.
Mm.
Ay, ay, ay. Where do you get the form? You guys keep asking for the form. I am so disappointed that you keep asking for the form because the form is on our website. The form is on the OLR site. Oh my goodness. I bet
And I
you,
know I sent you guys an email. I did send you guys the form, so I also have been
I
sending
would
the
bet
form.
you if Mike Tambasco was in here, they would probably be going, what? Because that form is on our Facebook page.
So, if you guys need the form and you can't find it, send an email. I'll send it to you.
But we're hoping that we're
We don't
not
need it.
gonna need this.
We're hoping.
What does the magic 8 ball say?
Oh, it's sleeping.
I know. I don't go on Medicare until August. My husband is already on, did I already read, did you read that? I still waive my benefit. I don't go on Medicare until August 1, and my husband is already on Medicare. I am the retiree. I still waive my benefits now, although I'm not currently on Medicare. Well, that would take effect on September 1st. So if you are the retiree and you and your husband don't want to be in the Aetna Medicare Advantage plan, yes.
But are they both over 65?
He's on Medicare. She will be on Medicare August 1. The plan takes effect 9/1.
Ah, oh yeah.
Can we go into these individual case? Can we not go into these individual cases? They have been asked 100 times on the Facebook page. Lisa, I really hate to tell you, take a deep breath and have a chill pill, because this is the focus of the people that want to ask questions that I can't answer on the Facebook page. I am not there. If these questions haven't been answered on the Facebook page and they need to be answered, we have to answer them. So I'm just going to ask you for having patience through this process, and eventually we'll all be bored and have nothing to ask or answer. But yes, for right now,
Right. And
we're answering everything that we
to
could
be
see.
honest, I don't ever get on the Facebook page.
I just don't have time either.
Well, right. So between emails and everything else, I never get on the Facebook page, so I rely on my moderators to reach out to me privately to tell me what's going on.
Does
They're
it make
my-
a difference if the city has a surplus this year? No. They're being greedy and holding on to it. I wanted to let everyone know that you cannot use Leap File when you use an iPhone. When I started to type the URL, the colon and semicolon disappeared from my keyboard. Harriet, I think there's something not quite right on that. I don't think you need to type it. I think you can just click a link and it should bring you to it. But Michelle and I will try that tomorrow because I have an iPhone. Carol Anshin, decision then means July 6th or 7th, the day of the hearing or the day after, include the weekend. Well, judge can make a decision on a weekend. Repatha is a tier 4 drug, whatever that means. I guess it's a higher med.
Yeah, and they don't like to put people on tier 4 drugs.
I meant switch from one Medicare D to another if unhappy. Remember, you can only be on a Part D plan if you are on traditional Medicare. Otherwise, you are in your union plan and the city rider.
So Roseanne Basile Deschanel, hopefully I got that right, goes, funny story. My husband and I were having dinner at a casino in Atlantic City. We overheard two gentlemen seated next to us talking about the last copay win. I leaned over and said, excuse me, are you New York City retirees? Big mistake. They're all for the Etna map and tried to convince us that we would be fine with it. My husband begged to differ and things got heated and I wanted to kick myself for opening my mouth. I couldn't get out there fast enough, but lesson learned. No, good for you for saying something.
Yang Ying, if you're a DC 37, you stay on the DC 37 drug plan.
And
Yes,
El-
even if you drop your city benefits, you still stay on DC 37's drug plan. I'm
Right.
sorry, go ahead.
Well, it's okay. And Ann Elterman says, do you sell chill pills? We'll send a huge donation. So
And those are called gummy bears.
oh, I said to Marianne earlier, because there were some messages I saw floating by before, and it was like, how do the lawyers feel and how do, how's it going? And I said, like always, I always say, I'm gonna light candles. And I was talking to her and Sue, and I said, before I leave to come down, I said, by the time I'm done lighting candles and all this good energy that's gonna be going on, I'm gonna set my house on fire. I said,
Yeah, or Lisa, I don't know if you live in New York City or anyone who needs to chill, just walk in New York City. I can't believe how people could walk in New York City and just get high on the sidewalk. It's like there's pot everywhere. Just go walking, just go get a contact high. Just go stand next to someone. Keep walking in crowds. You'll get stoned just by walking. You don't even need to buy pot. Oh my God. What if we opt out for HIP VIP? What happens to our disabled dependents? They go to HIP VIP with you.
right, so remember, opt out is different than waive. Okay, so please, they're not they're not.
He's asking directly about VIP.
No, I know that, but I'm just
Oh,
saying, just for
she
those,
is,
everybody
Maureen.
else, right?
They're asking for a copy of it. Yes, Peter, I know they're asking for a copy of the card. But you could still take a picture of the card and upload it into Leap File or fax it. It's the same thing.
Right. Oy.
And even though they ask for the numbers on the form, if they ask for a copy of the card, don't mess on that technicality. Send a copy of the card. If you're waiving out, do what you need to do to waive out. Redundant as it may be.
All right, so Sandra Robertson, Marianne, totally off topic. Were you in Prospect Park in Brooklyn this past Wednesday? If not, you have a twin. Oh, holy Moses.
Oh, no, there's two of you?
There's two of me.
Check the DNA.
Oh my goodness. No, Sandra, I was not Wednesday. Where was I Wednesday? I remember where it was. Was that Wednesday? This Wednesday? Oh, no.
I don't see Prospect Park.
Where was I Wednesday? What day is today? Friday?
Friday.
Nope, I wasn't in Brooklyn Friday. Ellen Reeser, I love the comments you made to Bill during your recent video. Some of us are not first responders, but we're working downtown. Yes, you would be a survivor. And this is like where people who are just so tunnel vision that they don't understand that there are so many other people that this affects in other ways just because it doesn't affect them. They think it's not real, but it is. If no Medigap plan will accept us till we lose, won't we be without insurance for Wendy Beck, it depends where you live, that there are 4 states with guarantee issue rights, and under certain circumstances, some states might leniently interpret the statute as to allow you to qualify for one. You still have to ask for a plan. And for it to be effective September 1st. There's like a million more comments. Are you seeing any more questions that we missed?
I'm looking.
while you're looking. Brian, Juan Seaver, I really much appreciate you. I'm curious about PIX, what's happening with them, the very inaccurate reporting. So I do want you to know, I did speak to Henry Rostov yesterday. He was appreciative of my phone call. He also appreciated all of your emails. He asked me to send him an email, of which I still have to do. I started to draft it. And he offered that the next time he covers us, that he will give us time and allow us to state our side. I told him the misinformation. He would like me to support what we said, which I told him I would do because we believe in fact checking, but he was very kind about it. And he offered us some more time on the air, which I appreciated. So thank you for asking, Brian. Was anyone else told if you're not 65, you cannot buy a supplement? Stevie Showtime, you need to message Michelle and let Michelle know who told you that and what state you live in.
Correct. Right, it depends. Yep.
Keep in mind that Medicare itself is a nationwide program, but Medigap or Medicare supplements, same term, same thing. Medigap, Medicare supplements are state by state. They are not nationwide. So what happens in one state, it's not what happens in another. Makes it more complicated. Because we have members, retirees in all 50 states.
Okay. I do need to jump off because I still have to finish that lady's application. And I have to call her before she falls asleep.
Lillian Zimmerman Schneider, yes. Postmark 710 is okay now, yes. We got that from,
I live in Florida and all the agents are telling me that. So Stevie Showtime, we do have retirees that live in Florida that are under 50, are under 65. My suggestion is you call the AARP people because that's where one of our other retirees who's 58 and was quoted a plan. Just note that because you are under 65, that plan will probably be very expensive. I know his, given his condition, was $800. So please go on the Medicare.gov website, put in your information. It'll give you the plans that you're eligible for, and then you just need to contact them.
all right. Deborah Schechter Golden, I didn't see your question. She said she asked 4 times. I didn't see it.
I don't see a question.
She said she asked 4 times. I didn't see. All right, so Deborah, what did you ask? Hold on. Pop it in the chat again.
Yeah, and make it quick because I have to go.
I know, Deborah Golden, put it in. When does prescription go in effect, 9/1 or 1/1? It depends on who you have or if we lose. All right, so what'd they say? So if you have senior care, well, okay, so hold on. The prescription plans. It was the.
It's my understanding that if they're purchasing the rider, the plan goes in effect in January.
Right, if you purchase the rider and you take Aetna, then if you purchase the rider, that goes into effect 1/1. If you have senior care and you union and right? No, hold on. No, hold on. I need the OLR letter that explains it. Hold on.
Debbie, we will do a video on the prescription drug plan as well tomorrow.
Hold on.
Tune into YouTube tomorrow, and I will also post the link here tomorrow. Michelle, I need to go.
All right, Debbie, email me and I will email the organization, New York City Retirees, right? What is it? New York City Retirees.
Retirees at nycretirees.org.
Okay, and then I will get you, I have the letter from OLR. And that has it,
We will do a video covering the drug program. We will do a video covering both the forms, how to fill them out, how to upload them. I need to run. It's like, I'm already like 20 minutes late. So guys, have a great night. We are closing the page. We will not open the page until Wednesday morning. Any questions that we did not answer, send them to Michelle at the org address and we'll address them. We will do these videos tomorrow to help clarify all of these questions regarding the forms, the prescription drug plan, the implementation, the judge's decision. We will do that tomorrow. Michelle and I will film them and we will post them on YouTube. We'll send them out in an email and they'll be posted on Facebook. I
Have a-
must go.
have a happy
Send money, guys.
Have a happy and
Send-
safe Fourth. All right, guys.
Send money. We're at a critical stage, please.
All right, everyone. Have a great night. Have a great holiday weekend and rewatch this video to answer whatever questions you might have missed. And we love you. We'll see you on Wednesday. Night, guys.